Our next presenter is from Globo, Raquel Nunes. She graduated in both history and communication with master degree in social history of culture. Raquel has been working since 2012 at the archive department of Globo, Brazil's largest TV network. Along the years, she played different roles as researcher, coordinator, and since 2020, specialist of archive. Among other challenges, she's involved with integrating, aligning, and giving support to the 6 different sites where Acervo Globo is located, pushing forward modernization efforts. So she would like to present to us their cloud archive system. Can you put it on? Hello, Raquel.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to share my screen from here, okay?
Yes, fine.
Is everybody with me already?
Yes, we are here waiting to hear you.
Okay, you're already seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. It's a great pleasure for me and a big honor to be here with you all. And I'm going to share a little bit here with you my experience in Global and with the archive in the clouds, our process to go to the clouds. And I hope you like it and join us in this trip. So let's go. I'm going to see a little bit our agenda for today. We're going to talk about our premises and a little bit of the premises from the project, our architecture, how it was and how it will be and how it is right now, some benefits we already can see and some challenges we already we can see also for the future. So a little bit of inspiration for us, a free traduction I made by Paulo Leminski. It's a Brazilian poet. Only a cloud separates you from the stars. So let's all try to go to the stars. And before I really take off in this cloud journey, I think it's important to say that going to the cloud was not a decision we made from one day to the other. It took a while for us to really feel safe enough to trust cloud, okay? And I think this is a reality for all of us, probably. We had doubts about retrieving our content and much other questions. For you to have an idea, we archived the backup in double, both on cloud and in our LTOs for almost a year, until we really feel comfortable and secure to stop doing our copy. And so that being said, let's go to the premises. Some premises we had for the project. Just 1 second. Okay. To have a better disaster recovery, was one of the premises from the project, because having the disaster recovery copy in cloud is much safer and cheaper than having it in media. This is a study we did, and we realized that that was true. It's important just to reinforce that we are going to the cloud with our archive just for the backup, okay? The on-premise and ongoing stuff we're doing, we still keep it on-premise. Just the backups are in cloud right now. So do more with less. This is a guideline from Globo nowadays. And you presented myself and Globo as the biggest TV broadcast in Brazil. And yes, we are a broadcast, but Globo is putting itself in the market nowadays as a media tech company, also not only broadcast. We have Global Play and other media ways of distributing our content. So when we did this, we're in the process of this transformation in a media tech company. And in this process, do more with less is one of the guidelines of the company. So in this project of going to the cloud, this is something that came, and this is really important. And what we mean doing more with less is kind of decreasing our park, increasing our capacity with it. So actualizing media support from LTO5 to LTO8, and we are going to see this in the architecture, gave us much more space with less machines, okay? Restore automation is another guideline to have 100% digital process of restoring from the cloud, not depending on any analogic action, and to grow our resilience in the sense that we don't depend anymore in one single system to access our backup content, how we use it to have before going to the cloud. And it's going to be clear this when we see the architecture. So here, as we was, as is, and our to be, this is how we was, okay? We have, let me put just a second. We had, let me put the pen here so you can see better what I'm talking. Here. We have here the storage online and Visati, which is the production part of our architecture. And here we have Diva, the storage cache, and the LTO robotic, and our shelf, which is the archive, the on-premise archives in stations. And here the warehouse, which we have our backup with Iron Mountain, which is a partner. We had a contract. They keep our backup tapes in a place outside Global. It's a third partner we have outside the company. And if you pay attention here, if we need to access our backup, or if we need to access our archive on premise, for both of it, we need Diva to access it. Even warehouse or LTO robotic, we pass through Diva to reach the production MOM to give the content to the clients they need to put on TV, this stuff. And as we are now, we still have our backup with Iron Mountain because the going to the cloud is still ongoing. Okay, we are more or less 53% of our content from Iron Mountain is already in cloud, but this is still going on. So we still have some stuff in Iron Mountain, but we already have the cloud working for us. And what I meant about the resilience is this. If you see, the cloud allows us to send content straight to the production MOM. We doesn't needing the Diva instance. So in case we had a problem, a huge problem with Diva, we still can reach content from our backup in cloud and get it in the MOM. Which is something really important for us. Back in times, we didn't have this opportunity. If Diva went out, we couldn't, we could see our content, but we couldn't deliver it to the client. And now we have this option, and just cloud allowed us to do that. And here this is a scenery of to be, okay? It's not for sure that we're going to be that way. If you see, we have here 2 LTO robotics. We still have these 2 LTO robotics, even making even passing from LTO5 to LTO8. When we did this transfer, we put all our tapes from the second tape library and from the shelf. All nowadays is in just one LTO robotic, okay? But we are using the second LTO robotic to make the migration to the cloud. So we still have it, and it's not sure that we are going to keep just one in the future. Maybe we are going to keep both to do projects and to have it as a backup also, and to allow us to grow even more, okay? So this is a scenario of to be. Maybe we can have one LTO robotic only, but maybe we're going to have both. And this, the cloud, it's the idea is to have just backup in cloud, stopping the contract with Iron Mountain in our warehouse multi-site, doesn't have it anymore, having everything in cloud, and a possibility of machine learning and artificial intelligence. We are going to see a little bit more in front. So some benefits we already can feel from the project. Much more content security, as the tapes that used to be in Iron Mountain no longer circulates in the streets. When we need a tape that is in Iron Mountain, a motorbike used to come in the rain, in the cloud, in the sun, with the tape to arrive in Globo, so we can put it in the robotic to get our content. And we don't need to expose our content anymore on the streets. And this is one of the most important things. To decreasing LTO, storage and support, as now we only buy LTO and storage for our on-premise archive. We don't buy anymore for backup. Easier access to backup content. Once we have autonomy to restore the content, we no longer depend on a partner as our Mountain used to be. We have much more agility to access our content. And cheaper content maintenance. We have in our contract and all our backup on clouds, it's all with Google, okay? I think I didn't mention it before, but Global, we did a huge study and we made the contract with Google to have our content on cloud. And our contract, we have a higher cost to retrieve the content, but to have it in there, it's really cheap. So because we use it as a backup, we don't need to access this content so frequently, just in case our on-premise archives have any problems. So this is not so common. So the contract is worthwhile for us. Even if the retrieving is expensive, we don't retrieve so much. We just keep it in there for a disaster recovery and for safety. So it's a really interesting contract for us. Some challenges we already see, and opportunities, of course, to expand cloud. Keep studying cloud for other parts of our operation. And I mean here, operations from archive, maybe having our own premise also in cloud in one day, but also other parts of operation from the whole Globo itself, okay? It's being studied, other parts of Globo's operations to go to the cloud also. And not only with Google, but we are still studying other partners also. And this is something really important to say. And automatic indexation and metadata in our content with artificial intelligence and machine learning is something that we are really looking for having. We have some challenges here, as everybody that's in this Sierra has. We gotta improve Google accuracy in genes, and if we have to do this in everywhere, here in Brazil, we have because we have the Portuguese language, the accuracy from Google in genes are even less good than in English, and we test both in English and in Portuguese, and we see that our we need to do much more work because we have our content in Portuguese. And to create a database for face detection, it's something huge we gotta do. And maybe you can ask, oh, but you have contract with Google. Why don't you use the database of face detection from Google Image? You already have it. But it's a matter of rights and the law, it's not allowed. The database from Google is there and they cannot share it with us. So we really need to create it from zero. And this is a huge work we gotta do, and we didn't even start to do this database for face detection. We're still start to work on text and OCR and transcription of the content and this kind of thing. And living a dream on the clouds, and what we expect, where we want to arrive with all this. We want to automate part of our operation, changing teams' mindsets and roles, and trying to have our teams working as curators of the content, much more than inserting metadata in our content. Curator in the meaning of increasing quality of automatic metadata that the artificial intelligence give us. That's where we want to reach. Hope we reach it in a year, in two, maybe. I think we can start seeing this in our reality, not in all our content. Of course, we're going to start it from slow in one program, in two programs, but what we expect is to start having automatic metadata in the content, and team starts working as curators maybe next year, starting to have this process, and keep it improving and growing this until we have this in at least most part of what we have. That's it. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I'm here. And here is my email also. And that's it.
Anyone have questions? Yes, one moment.
Sure.
Our delegate from Ile, Finland, has a question for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
hi. Thank you for your interesting
Hello.
presentation. We are at the moment thinking about moving our archives to the cloud. That's our dream, at least, the third copy. How much material do you have in the cloud?
Okay. Nowadays, we are doing the ongoing and our content, our backup content, okay? So nowadays we have on cloud, it's 16,265 terabytes on cloud. From this number, 13,876 is from the backup, and 2,389 is from the ongoing, okay? And this is going, they are going together. We are growing the cloud at the same time. The ongoing keep going every day. Every time we archive something in our on-premise, it already goes to the cloud. And we have the second LTO robotic, the second tape library, migrating the backup content. From the backup content, we have 63% of the content already on cloud. So we still have more or less half of the content to get in there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Okay.
Thank you, Raquel. I'm Juana Suarez from NYU. And when you were talking about changing the team mindset and the roles from not only ingesting information, but also curating, can you share a little bit what kind of personnel, what kind of training they have? Because I know that in Latin America, we have a lot of people that do not have full-time employments, that they just come and do like 2 months, 3 months per contract, and also what kind of training they are receiving for this change of mindset? Thank you.
You're welcome. I gotta be honest. We didn't start this work of mindset changing straight to the teams. Okay, we have this idea. I think all the going to the cloud, all the artificial intelligence. This is coming slowly to the teams, and people is starting to get used to the idea of having this, but this is something that is still afraid sometimes a little bit, some of the people, not all of them. And we have in global, so the people, the team that is going to do this is our researchers, and they have contracts with global. It's not temporary contracts. They are they works for the company, have long-term contracts. So it's something that we are really increasing really slowly. It's not something that we are going to put upside down and really fast. This is something that is growing slowly. We have some people that we say that they are in point, that they understand more the things, and they are together with, for instance, Veritone. That is the company that is working with us to increase the metadata. Some of people from team already have meetings with Veritone, and they are already seeing some experience with metadata and trying to see what works and what doesn't work. But this didn't grow to the operation until we are not, this is not in operation now. Okay, we are still in tests, trying to understand what we receive from artificial intelligence that we can use and what is not already prepared for us to use. We have a lot of things that doesn't work. For instance, object recognition is not good enough. It's far from being good from. So we are putting this away and looking more to OCR, looking more to the text itself, what we speak, what the person says, and having it written. This is something that is better. But face recognition, we didn't even start all the work we gotta do to do the training for the machines. And we have a few people, each from teams that are leading this, people that has more technological thinking, that are more open-minded to this kind of thing, are less afraid, are interested in growing this. And after we have this more mature, we are going to start trying to go to the operation with this slowly. This is something that is going to be really slow. We are going to start with one program, maybe something we don't have any metadata, because we have thousands of programs in global we archive that just have name of program and data. Today, we don't have any metadata associated. So the idea is to start having machine learning and artificial intelligence working to metadata, to put metadata for us in this kind of content that we don't have anything. And people start to use it, the team start to use it and understand how it works and how good it can be. So start improving it. So maybe we can start using this in content that we already put metadata, and start making this transition like this really slowly. This is one of the main things for us. This is really important, not to get people afraid, and make people understand that this is something for everybody to gain. Everybody is going to gain with this. People is not going to leave company. People is going to change what they are doing. Instead of writing what you're saying, what you're seeing, you're going to correct what the artificial intelligence give you. So instead of making one program in a day, maybe you're going to do 3 or 4. So all our content gain a lot, in the sense that we have a lot content that doesn't have any metadata. So the idea is to have the artificial intelligence accessing and reaching this content. We don't have any. Did I answer you?
Thank you all very much, Raquel. It was very
Thank you.
impressive, interesting. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And
It
see you
was
next
really
time.
a great pleasure. Yes, see you next time. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.